What do we have here? We got an Amazon package. So it's going to be something cool from Amazon, obviously. Sometimes I don't know what the thing is. I'm pretty sure I know what this is. I think it's from a company called Fintiso. It's just one of those weird, random, kind of budgety, weird knife companies you see on Amazon when you're looking for a knife. We're going to try it out. I've never tried out anything from this company before, so we'll see. But first, I wanted to wish happy birthday to my dad. It's my dad's birthday today. He is like 800 years old. And so I made him this knife. I didn't make the knife. It's a buck knife. But I put this inlay into it. And this inlay is this copper sort of sheet that he does, or used to do. He doesn't do it anymore, but he used to make this stuff. It's kind of like an art project for him. He would put chemicals on it to fume it, and it's kind of like the same way that knife guys do the shipwreck thing. So this was kind of like folded and wrinkled and then put chemicals on so that part of it, you know, it actually had some color before. It had a little bit of greens and a little bit of blues into it, but it kind of gotten worn down. This was just an old sheet I found that he had done, and so I cut this out and inlaid it in there. So we're going to use this to open this new package on my dad's birthday. This is not for him. This one's for him, though. So happy birthday, Dad. And check out this, you know, if he watches. Sometimes he does, so. All right, let's see what's in here. The Fintiso. Okay, really nice box. What? Wow, I was not expecting that. This is like a Kaiser box, kind of like one of the nice Kaiser boxes. Okay, slides out. Very nice. Wow, impressive. Okay. It's called a DDF IOHEF folding knife. I don't know, whatever. I don't know if it has a name really, but it's a Fintiso, you know, you'll see. Oh, wow, look at this thing. Shit freaking comes in a pouch. Holy crap, man. This is like way better than I was expecting as far as presentation wise. So let's get into this and see what we got. We got white and black G10. Wow, look at this. We got a sweet little Barbie blanket. Very nice. Oh, what is this shit? Couple extra screws. That's freaking amazing. We got a Fintiso sticker. It might be Fintiso. I don't know. All right, let's get this stuff out of here. It's good stuff, though. Really good packaging. That's like, you know, Kaiser level packaging. Better than Civivi. Let's get my dad's sweet buck knife out of the way here. And let's check out this Fintiso. The place where the two G10 slabs come together looks perfect. It looks like maybe it's just glued, like totally glued and then sanded afterwards, so it's not two different pieces, I don't think. I think it's one piece that's been glued together. Very interesting the way they have the pivot area cut out. Very neat. Pocket clip is pretty typical kind of budgety pocket clip. A little bit too long, but it looks like from the screw placement we could probably replace it if it turns out to be a knife worth doing that. What the hell? What is that? There's a freaking rhinestone in the tail there where you would normally put a maybe a, oh, there is a pivot. It's a pivot pin with a hole in it. Look at that. So there's your pivot, lanyard. So there's no lanyard hole across. That's kind of filled in, but there's a lanyard pin. So that's pretty cool. So you can see where your lanyard would go there. And then there's a couple more standoffs. So pretty well put together. Interestingly, you can't see the standoffs on the outside. They have the G10 covering the place where those two standoffs would be. So really, you have just the two screws holding the G10 on, and you can't see the two screws where the standoffs would go. So that's kind of neat. A lot of skeletonizing inside. So pretty light for a 3.5-inch blade. I'm really digging it so far. We'll see how the action is, see how the blade looks. The blade comes down pretty far, so it's not like it stops before that lanyard pin. So it actually goes a little bit past it. Centering looks dead smack on. Wow, look at that rounded spine and polished. I'm digging this thing. Holy shit, man, I hope it doesn't suck. All right, gonna try the front flip action first. Nope, it didn't go right in. Okay, it's a little tight. Now I wonder if it's tight. Yeah, it feels like it's just the lock bar being tight against it. Let's try it again. Okay, not bad. Definitely had better action. Okay, let's try the reverse flick. Nice, good enough. Thumb flick is great. Okay. All right, I don't hate it. If it smooths out some, I think I will like it, but it feels a little grabby right now. And I'm thinking that's just the, let's see. If I hold the lock open and mess with it, it feels pretty smooth. Maybe I can feel a little bit of something going on, but it's fairly smooth when the lock is pressed in. So it's unlocked. But once I release the lock now, it's pretty grabby, like a long way from drop shutty. So if you like drop shutty, you know, out of the package, this one ain't for you. Let's see, top flip. Oh yeah, okay. So the detent, I would say it's on the lighter side of medium. Blade grind looks really, really nice. The finish looks really, really nice. Ergos are really, really good. Boy, that's interesting. Look at the whole blade tang is polished as it comes around the same way the spine is. Boy, that's pretty neat. I like that. Let's see, it's a tiny bit slippery on the front flipper, but it's not bad. It's almost more of a slow rolling front flipper, which is weird. Like you can do it fast, right? But it feels pretty good going slow too, which is neat, I guess, interesting. Boy, I kind of like the way the whole top goes around and then that whole part of the blade tang is also round in the same way, following that shape. That looks kind of neat. Watch as that comes around. Like right in there, watch that. That's pretty cool. Kind of has that flowiness to it. I think it's going to get smoother as time goes on. I don't know if it'll ever get drop shutty necessarily, but maybe. Who knows? How's the lockup? The lockup is about 20%, so not bad. Pretty nice. Let's do it. Let's do a spine whack. Yeah, that's pretty good. The liners are coated, I think, probably stainless steel, and they're coated with something that gives them sort of a dark bronzy color, so that's kind of cool. Pocket clip, not my favorite. Too long, kind of generic, but oh, that was the thing I wanted to say at first. Look at that. There's a rhinestone in the end. Well, you know, I noticed that this was also a lanyard hole, so that was a surprise too, but there's rhinestones on both sides. So, man, if you put a pretty pocket clip on this, this would be kind of a lovely gentleman knife with a little rhinestone. It's not bad, man. The billboarding is a little much. Big giant Fintiso at an angle. 14C 28N, so that's, you know, decent steel as long as they harden it right. How is the edge? Let's find out. Let me grab a piece of paper. The opening sound is a little subdued, but it's not bad. It's not terrible. The closing is a little better. You can definitely hear, as it opens fast, you can hear the rant. It's kind of a zipper sound, and that's the sound of the detent ball rubbing on the rough surface of the tang. It's like it's been milled, and they never really, you know, finished it down to a finer finish, which would let it be more drop shutty. So I think it'll wear a track in and eventually be shake shutty with a single shake. That's my guess. Like never maybe drop shutty, but shake shutty with a single shake. Let's see. Lock access is great. Really, really good. The liners are rounded. They're all kind of rounded, kind of Civivi style. This feels, I would say this feels a little more solid than most Civivis though. It's got a little more, I don't know, solidity to it. That's kind of all I can say about it. Just feels a little more solid. Not bad. Let me find a piece of paper. Old Walmart receipt, wrinkly and thin. So let's see. Okay, I've seen sharper, but it's not bad. Okay, it's actually not super sharp. I mean, it's going to do knife things, for sure. But it could use a strop at least. I'm not sure. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to run my finger down it with some pressure. You're going to get cut, for sure. But it could be better. Yeah, a little slippery feeling. Yeah, I'm not sure what the deal is with that, but at least needs a strop, maybe a little sharpening. Man, I really like the way it looks, though. It's got a really nice look. The contoured G10 is nice. It's like it has a flat surface going across the middle, but it has a long curve down to the edge. So I would still maybe call it contoured, even though it's flat in the middle. Or maybe it's not quite flat. It's close to flat, but maybe you would still, even in the middle, it's a little contoured. You can see the layers of the G10 as it cuts down. Very nice. It's a very good look. I think it's a cool knife. I think it has potential. If it had a little better sound on the opening, it would be nice, but it's not bad. Got a little squeak when you unlock it, listen. Got a pretty nice looking pivot on this side. Definitely a nice shape to it. It feels really good. I guess you'd say these scales are a little bit shadow boxed since the liners stick up a little bit past the edge of the scales. Boy, I can't get over that sparkly rhinestone. I think my wife's gonna like this one. Boy, that is not bad, man. I feel like maybe it's working its way in to be a little smoother as I'm messing with it. Let's try a little trick. I've learned this trick that sometimes works to make a knife a little more drop shake. So let's check this knife out now. Right now it takes 2 really good shakes or 3 medium shakes to get it to close. So here's the trick. This only works if the tang of the blade, where the detent ball is running, is rough. And I think this one's pretty rough. It's like milled and they never really, got it super smooth. So that's what's making the blade go slow in part. That's definitely part of it. So how you can wear the track in quicker is to put a piece of paper in between the liner and the liner lock. And you might have to fold it a few times to get it to the right pressure, because you don't want it so hard to move the blade that you end up pushing the detent ball further into the lock. That'd be bad. So you just want it to be a little harder to close than it was originally. Right now, it's about twice as hard to close, maybe 3 times the pressure on the side of the blade. So like right now, I can't shake it closed. Well, I could. If I tried really hard, I could shake it closed. Yeah, so I can make it move, but it's not shaking shut anymore because the pressure pushing over from the lock bar onto the blade is stronger now because of this paper. So now I open it and close it. Well, I don't open it all the way. I want to keep it right there so that I can keep opening it, closing it and opening it, and then stop right before it locks and then close it, and do that like about 20 times. And what that's doing is it's the ceramic detent ball is actually wearing a track into the tang of the blade. And so as it wears the track into the tang of the blade, it will smooth it out. So it's smoothing out the track. So this is like, 100 openings and closings without the paper, something like that. So it's wearing in the track way faster than normal. It's not going to make a knife drop shutty that never would be drop shutty, but it can make a knife drop shutty or get it closer that would have eventually gotten there by wearing in naturally. So I don't know how many times I opened it, but I think we're probably getting pretty close. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Now, take this thing back out. Maybe add a drop of oil. Do I have any oil in here? Man, this is like a little temporary place to do my video so I don't have any oil here. So maybe that's more fair anyway. We'll do it without any oil. Make sure it's cleaned out. It can kind of leave a residue in the track, you know, like some dust. So you want to kind of do it, open it and close it a few times normally without the paper, and then it'll kind of clear the track out. The oil would do that too, but I don't have any oil, so let's see. Is it any better? I'd say no, it's about the same. It does feel a tad smoother. I wonder if this pivot is a tiny bit too tight. Let's see. Any play? Definitely no play. I wonder if I have a tool handy. No, don't have a pivot tool handy. If I get a little oil on it and mess with the pivot tightness and it changes it all, I will update. Pretty nice. I'm going to carry it today and maybe for a couple more days and see what we think about this guy, because I'm liking it. I'm hoping that it breaks in and becomes a little smoother, because I'm liking it off the bat. Pretty cool. Well, there's the Fintiso pocket knife. I'm not sure what they call it, but it's decent. It's not bad. Let me get a little picture for the... Oh my God, my dag. Do
you like dags? Dags. What?
Yeah, dogs.
Dags. Do you like dags? Oh, dogs. Sure. I like dags.
My dog just pressed her outside button. You want to see this shit? This dog is so smart. She has a button that she presses to go outside. You gonna go outside? See if she'll do it again. Well, anyway, it's this button right here. So when she wants to go outside, you want to go out? What do you say? What do you say? Oh, okay, all right. Have a nice day.